Caleb gripped the steering wheel, his knuckles white. He was tired. He just wanted to get to Grayer's Hollow. The GPS showed only a few miles left. He had chosen this remote town for a fresh start. His past held too much pain, too many memories. Grayer's Hollow was a blank slate, or so he thought. The sun dipped below the horizon as Caleb entered the town. Shadows stretched long and eerie. The houses were old, almost sinister looking in the fading light. There was a stillness in the air, a heaviness that pressed down on him. Caleb shivered. He hoped this wasn't a mistake. He pulled into the driveway of a quaint two-story house. It was the only one with lights on. An old man sat on the porch, rocking slowly. The man looked up as Caleb approached. His eyes were sharp, piercing. Caleb felt a chill run down his spine. This place felt wrong. "You Caleb?" the old man rasped, his voice like dry leaves. Caleb stopped, stunned. How did you know my name?" he stammered. The old man just grinned, a chilling, knowing smile. "We've been expecting you." Caleb couldn't shake off the old man's words. Expecting him? But he'd never been to Grayer's Hollow before. He tried to rationalize. Small towns, gossip travels fast. Maybe someone saw his name on a moving truck. But deep down, a seed of unease had been planted. He spent the next few days unpacking and exploring. Grayer's Hollow was smaller than he'd imagined. A single general store, a diner, a post office. Every time he left the house, the locals greeted him by name. The waitress at the diner, the old woman at the post office, even the children playing in the street. They all looked at him with an unsettling familiarity. One afternoon, Caleb decided to visit the town library. He hoped to find some history on Grayer's Hollow. Maybe it held the answers he sought. As he browsed the dusty shelves, he felt a presence behind him. He turned to find a young woman with piercing blue eyes and a strange, melancholic smile. "You're Caleb, aren't you?" she asked, her voice soft like a whisper. Caleb felt a cold sweat break out. "Yes, but how do you—" he began, but she cut him off. "We've heard stories," she said, her eyes holding his with an intensity that made him deeply uncomfortable. "We've been waiting for you." Caleb's paranoia grew with each passing day. He felt like a lab rat under a microscope. The townspeople's gazes followed him everywhere. Their smiles felt predatory. He tried to shrug it off as small-town friendliness, but his gut told him otherwise. There was something deeply wrong with Grayer's Hollow. He started seeing his name everywhere, scrawled in the dust on his windowsill, carved into the bark of a tree outside his house. One morning he woke to find the words, "He's back," spray-painted on his front door. Panic gripped him. He had to leave, escape this place before whatever was happening consumed him. Caleb packed his car in a frenzy. As he started the engine, he noticed the townspeople gathering at the edge of his property. Their faces were grim, their eyes burning with a strange intensity. He slammed the car into reverse, but it wouldn't budge. The engine sputtered and died. He tried again and again, but the car wouldn't start. He was trapped. Panic turned to terror as Caleb realized the extent of his predicament. He was a prisoner in his own home, his every move watched by the unsettling residents of Grayer's Hollow. Days turned into nights, each one blurring into the next. He was living a nightmare. Sleep offered no escape, only vivid, disturbing dreams of shadowy figures and whispered chants. One night he woke to an eerie silence. The usual night sounds, the chirping of crickets, the rustling of leaves, were gone. He felt a presence in the room, cold and menacing. He turned on the bedside lamp, his hand trembling. The room was empty, but the air hung heavy with dread. As he got out of bed, his foot hit something hard. He looked down and saw a small wooden box. It was ornately carved, the wood old and polished. He cautiously picked it up. His name was etched on the lid, the letters swirling, almost alive. He knew he shouldn't open it, but an irresistible force drew him in. Caleb's breath caught in his throat. The photograph inside the box showed a man who could have been his twin. Same face, same eyes, same haunted expression. But the man in the picture was dressed in strange, ritualistic garb, standing amidst a group of similarly dressed figures. Their faces were obscured by hoods, but their eyes burned with the same unsettling familiarity he'd seen in the townspeople. He dug through the box further, his heart pounding in his chest. Inside he found old newspaper clippings yellowed with age, detailing a series of disappearances in Grayer's Hollow, all men bearing a striking resemblance to Caleb. His blood ran cold. He was not a stranger in this town, he was a descendant, an heir to a legacy he never knew existed. A folded piece of parchment lay at the bottom of the box. He unfolded it with shaking hands. A single sentence, scrawled in an elegant spidery script, sent shivers down his spine. The hollow remembers and the cycle continues. Caleb felt a cold dread grip him. He was not trapped in Grayer's Hollow. He was home, and a horrifying realization dawned upon him. He was destined to become a part of whatever dark secret pulsed beneath the surface of this town.